Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, and I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. Dr. Elizabeth Weiss is an American anthropologist. She was a professor of anthropology at San Jose State University, and they got into an argument with her over a photograph, so they claim. More, it was she's conservative and was in California teaching anthropology. And it's really hilarious because she is far more conservative than most folks in the anthropology field, yet she got her degree, she got her bachelor's in anthropology at the University of California, Santa Cruz, her master's in anthropology at the California State University, Sacramento, and her PhD at the University of Arkansas in environmental dynamics. She also did postdoctoral work at the Canadian Museum of Civilization. In other words, she should be completely liberal, but she's not. And I'm going to show you a clip that she did. And I'm not 100% saying I agree, but I don't disagree with her. And also keep in mind that her views, if you watch shows like Time, hold on a second here. Sorry, Time Team. You will find that how she treats bones is fairly close to how they treat them over in Europe. Just because she got her photograph taken with one, that's actually not unusual at all, because plenty of anthropologists and archaeologists have had their picture taken with bones. So really was, if you look into the situation, it really was that she was attacked because she doesn't do the dogma of everybody else. And so this piece I want you to listen to. It's about Native American culture and things like that here in America. And then I'm going to come back with a couple of things that I agree with her on. I don't really find a lot that I disagree with her on in this because I've paid attention to how things are done in this country. So let's let you listen to this clip. It's a long one, by the way. It's like 5 minutes or so, but I don't like the whole politician snippet conversation. This is an actual explanation.
What is this progressive motivation for why they want to claw back all of these remains? So reading your book, I thought this just seems well, I'll let you answer, but it just seems like mindless and petty, and I can't actually see any direct incentive. And also, I think it's important for the listeners to know that the group that you most closely didn't work with, what are they called? The Muwekma Ohlone?
Yes, the Muwekma Ohlone, yes.
That they are indistinguishable from basically Mexicans. And they were the group that was the most difficult for you to try and, I don't know, you were not negotiating with them directly, but they were the group that was trying to claw back all the artifacts and remains at San Jose. So right. Tell me, what is the progressive motivation, and also what is the motivation for these groups? Is it helping them get more likely to be federally recognized? That they'd be more likely to get money? What is the motivation there?
So I think that there's several motivations. I do think that some of it is just they don't want their religious beliefs to be challenged, and that some of the research challenges some of their religious beliefs, such as that they were created in this space and they hadn't evolved. I think it's kind of ironic that many of these beliefs are are about being separately created from others. They were like, so I do think that's part of it. They don't want their religious beliefs to be challenged. I think the other part of it is that they think that by showing a long link on the land, they might get federal recognition and therefore get all the money that's tied with federal recognition, be able to get land that is, Bay Area land, be able to open a casino. So all of that money is standing in the way of those not federally recognized. But the other thing is, I think they don't want negative stories to be told about Native Americans in the past, because if truth be told, and we look at the accurate reconstruction of the Americas, then they are no better than anybody else. Of course they're not. They're humans as well, right? So it's not like, and it's not insulting for me to say, the Native Americans were constantly doing intertribal warfare. They engaged in slavery. They had hierarchical systems. You know, all of these things, and it's like they weren't environmentally conscientious. They killed more than they could eat. All of these things are things they don't want you to know. They want the story to be told that they were peaceful, they never got sick, they never hurt anybody, they were environmentally conscious. And then the Europeans came and ruined everything, is how they would perceive it. And I think actually it would be kind of insulting to say that, oh, well, we were these perfect people and then another group came and we couldn't handle it, But I think that they want to protect that image, the noble savage image. The other thing is they need somebody to blame for their current state of affairs. Native Americans and those people who claim to be Native Americans, the pretendians, they have the highest rate of alcoholism, child abuse, domestic violence, missing women and children. And their answer, which I've heard many times, even directed at me, well, if only everything was repatriated and reburied, all of these problems would go away. But we know that's not the case. Of course they wouldn't go away. And shame on those anthropologists who basically just nod their heads and say, yes, yes, that's right. Because what's going to happen is everything's going to go away and the problems will still be there. And then what will they blame instead of dealing with it?
Now, she's talking primarily on the West Coast, but if you go to look at Norfolk, Virginia is opening up a casino. But wait, the land was acquired by a Native American tribe to build the casino. That's right. That casino in Norfolk, Virginia, that is being built currently, was acquired by a Native American tribe before they started building the casino. Matter of fact, that's what the plans were, that the Native American tribe would acquire the land as soon as it became legal to have fake casinos here in Virginia. No joke. If you take a look at the Eastern Band Cherokee, now the Eastern Band Cherokee, those folks I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for. They stayed away when the rest of the Cherokee were being rounded up, taken down the Trail of Tears with their slaves. And yes, the what we now call the Western Band Cherokee, they had slaves and they took them with them to Oklahoma. Look it up. It's historical fact. But at the same time, it was pretty ridiculous that they were rounded up in the first place. So let's get that out of the way. I don't agree with the whole, hey, let's round up. No. I think the Cherokee should have stayed exactly where they were. But the Eastern Band were Cherokee that stayed. They hid out or whatever, and then they acquired land. All of the Eastern Band Cherokee tribal lands, they own outright. It was not given to them by the federal government. Any special considerations for that land now are because the state and federal level went, okay, they own the land, they're Native American, so it's their land, so they can't do anything about it. So, like the Sequoia birthplace in Monroe County, Tennessee, where I grew up, in North Carolina, Cherokee, North Carolina, and around there, well, they have a casino and they're making a lot of money from it. It's a far more realistic one than the one in Norfolk, but it's still a casino. They had to give up, like the Cherokee males have, or if there's a draft, Cherokee males now can get drafted to get that casino. But have you noticed that that's a lot of what's happening? So she is not wrong about the casinos. Plus, like I said earlier, a lot of the what she's thinking is far more in the line of how Europeans treat bones than how Americans treat bones. But yeah, I thought this would be interesting for people to think about. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form I'm against Indians in this country. Um, I want to say I want to also play a clip of George Carlin about the use of Native American, but I'm not. I'm going to be nice about it. His clip was hilarious, but we need to examine from all perspectives, get emotion out of it, examine from all perspectives, and I thought this was a pretty interesting perspective. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. I thought I'd just let y'all have a little bit of learning on the subject that most people don't think about. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.